Hi, welcome to Nav's Comics. Hope you survived the experience. So, I'm going to do a little video here and talk about a tweet that I saw from someone working with the Bad Idea Comics. And just I thought I'd go through it and start a little conversation with you to see what you thought. Now, I don't know if this is cover artwork, but this is the Odin's Eye comic that they're going to be putting out. So I'm going to be looking at the screen quite a bit here. But so Odin's Eye by Joshua Dysart. I'm assuming they write it. I don't know. Anyway, let's address the distribution concerns about our next comic book, Odin's Eye. Think of Bad Idea Comics more like local zines than mass-produced work. The less demands we have on distribution, the more we can focus on the content. Here we have a sample of the artwork, which is amazing. Huge distribution doesn't actually make cost-benefit sense if all you want to do is make cool comic books. Building the large infrastructure it takes for mass promotion and distribution is a separate undertaking from making comics. It's something the market expects people to do. Let's just take a quick look at this artwork. Again, super excited about this book. But if you limit the level of distribution and company administration right to the point where your comics aren't losing money and employees are still getting paid, life becomes way easier than if you try for perpetual growth and corporate market presence. At Valiant, so if you don't know, the Bad Ideas company is made up of people from Valiant Comics, to my knowledge, or at least some people from there. At Valiant, a small team literally made themselves ill and distanced themselves from their families to give the company the illusion it was bigger than what it was and to keep it growing. Or creative choices were made in the interest of growth because that's what investors demanded. Here we work at our own individual pace and we don't kill ourselves for market growth. I can't entirely speak to the collectability concerns some have with Bad Idea. I'm not a fan of the collector's market at all, but I don't believe we're intentionally imparting forced scarcity. We're trying to find a way to keep enthusiasm among a few dedicated readers high so we can maximize engagement without maximizing distribution and prioritizing profit. We don't want scattered piecemeal orders from retailers. We'll just let the books sit on the shelves. The old model of maximizing distribution to every retailer is too much work for too little gain. Having said all of that, I want everyone who wants to read Odin's Eye to be able to. I want to be read. So if you want to read it as much as I want you to read it, go to the store locator. If there's not a Bad Idea store in your area, you can mail order through one. Like I had to special order ElfQuest in South Texas back in the 80s. There's something to it, I promise. In closing, I've never felt less exploited by a company. And that's all tied to Bad Idea making the market move at its own pace and scale, not Bad Idea moving at the market's pace and scale. So clearly this creator at Bad Idea is very happy with the model that Bad Idea is doing. Well, understandably, a lot of people are concerned about the model of Bad Idea because you don't have accessibility to the books. However, what I have learned is that you don't feel you have accessibility to the books, but you do have access. I'm gonna keep saying this word, and I'm gonna drop it. I know it, but these books are accessible. Now, if you're interested, I can try and help you out, like if you leave a comment, but I have ordered a book. Now, I do have a local shop, but I don't recall the reason. Maybe spectability. I think I ordered a Tankers #1 from a comic shop not near me, and they shipped it. So obviously you're paying shipping, right? But you can get it at cover price, day one, even though you don't have a Bad Idea store near you. So that's what they're saying here in regards to like the whole ElfQuest thing. It's kind of a sucks to be you to not live near a Bad Idea store, but you can get the books. And maybe, like, if you order, so the way they sell them is like you're paying typically for the whole series. So maybe you'd like to save on shipping. If you get in contact with the store, maybe you can say, hey, can you not ship them one at a time? Could you ship, a couple at once or whatever? Maybe even the whole series at once if you're willing to wait. But those are options for you. But anyway, I just thought this, and I'm not like trying to defend it, but I thought this was a really interesting read. It's kind of continuing on. Here's someone responding. I brought this up to you before, but it makes me sad that I will never see these books because I don't buy physical books anymore. I get why there's no digital, but at the same time, I don't. Yeah, it makes me sad too, but right now, that's another point of growth that we aren't really engaged in. We're a small publisher trying to stay a small publisher. Here's saying, so I only buy trades these days, and I really want to read this book. How does the trade situation with this model? They don't, I don't know if they respond to it here, but I can buy a lot of comics directly from the person making these days. But I can buy a lot of comics directly from the person making them these days online. It seems harder to get your comics than it is to get a self-published comic. And then you have to hope to find all the following issues. And he responds, I think this is a product of trying to keep our retailers happy and engaged, but I hear your frustration. So clearly not a perfect model. And I understand not everyone's a fan of Bad Idea, but anyway, I thought it was interesting to get a creator's take on the whole Bad Idea distribution model. And I'm excited about this Odin's Eye. It's coming out in December. Yeah, if you don't know how, like, if you want to get it, you don't know how to get it, you can leave a comment. I can try and help you out. You can, I dread to say this, like, I don't like Instagram. It's because I work mainly from my computer. And you can't post images to Instagram there. There's a messaging system, but it doesn't update correctly for me. It's just not fun. But you can, and hopefully we'll see it, you can message me on Instagram, again, if you want some kind of help with trying to find an outlet to order from. So, in fact, the one near me is willing also to ship comics, so I could help them out. But yeah, anyway. So let me know what you thought of this video. You like it, you didn't like it, whatever. But I appreciate you watching it. I appreciate you being here. And I know some people get annoyed by this, but I feel that it helps. I ask for the comments. I do that all the time. Like helps me out, liking the video, and then subscribing, obviously. But I hope you do enjoy it enough to subscribe. And if you don't, let me know why. Is it the lo-fi girl music in the background? I'm not entirely sure how I feel. I think I like it, but I don't know if it's distracting for people. But anyway. And then just as a final note, man, filming in the dark, by the dark I mean at night with the light, just feels kind of weird. Like the lighting isn't, I really like the natural lighting of the sun, but I fortunately can't call upon the power of the sun at will. Maybe someday, we'll see. All right, well, thank you so much, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.